I'm going to get started in a minute. I'm recording this, but I'm also live streaming it to Facebook, so that's what's taking me a minute. So feel free to forward it. We'll get started soon. Okay, here we go. Hi. Okay, I think it's working. I've just been having tech things going on. Mercury's retrograde, how that goes. So, this is part 2 of my Chakra Cartography series that I started last week. And what I'm talking about with cartography is, map making maps, right? So, I started to experiment with this as I was working with my medical advisor, my science advisor, Charles Stobbs. He's a medical physician, and he helps me a lot when I need some sort of what's the word, translation. When I'm reading research or something and I need help, he helps me a lot. And so he's very science minded, right? Really good guy, very science minded. And one of the challenges that we've had, or one of the discussions we've had, is around the subtle body. And, he just tells me flat out, I don't believe in it. Okay. He believes in the biofield. He gets that. I talk about the biofield as a place where science starts to begin to unpack and understand the subtle body. At any rate, so he didn't get it. He wasn't understanding it. So, or he wasn't accepting it, I guess you could say. So one of the things that I said to him is, well, what if you started to focus on the chakras, focus on these points, these traditional points that were given by the yogis, and just bring your mind to them? What would happen scientifically? Would you start to develop better maps in the brain? And he said, yes, of course. And I said, well, that could be a way to work with it for folks who think the chakras are too fluffy. You could just work with it from the idea of there are many maps all over your brain, the somatosensory cortex and the thalamus and the insular cortex and many other places that I probably don't know about, of your body, right? So your brain has to know where your body is in space. That's what proprioception is about. And that's what interoception is about. And so what if you reified these maps by doing meditation on them? And he said, yeah, that would work. That works for him. And I was like, okay, because I think more, along the lines of a yoga person. Like, I believe in energies and things that we can't see. So it's really interesting to talk to a scientist, because then you get a different perspective, And we came to a place where we kind of agreed that there's something happening when you find these centers. Now, you can do it with pranayama, you can do it with meditation, you can do it with asanas. And one of the metaphors that I like to use is like a marble, and your mind is like this marble, which, we all have marbles in our minds, but anyway, you find this marble and you take this marble of this little point of your mind, and then you kind of find the place where you sit it. And so you're interoceptively exploring this place where you can sit the mind. And so I think it's a really powerful, I've been doing it for years, like getting close to 30 years now. And I think it's a really powerful practice. So I thought I would take you through just a little meditation. We did a little bit of this last week, where you're finding the centers, you're finding each of the points, and just letting the mind sit there for 3 breaths. We'll do 3 breaths with each center. Okay. So come to your comfortable seat, whatever's comfortable for you, and soften or close your eyes to begin. And then begin by letting your mind come to the pelvic floor area, the perineum area, so that's between the anus and the genitals, and then a little bit up inside your body, and sort of think about your mind, kind of roll around to find the place where it sits comfortably. And that's what's the yogis called the kshetram, which means the field or the concentration point of the chakra. So about 2 more breaths there. And then we'll move up to the next chakra, the second chakra. So this is behind your pubic bone, the area behind the pubic bone, kind of in the body a little bit. And just kind of find the general area, kind of imagine your mind like a marble, kind of sitting in that divot for a few breaths. Even just taking 2 or 3 breaths into each chakra is great. They don't have to be the biggest breath you ever took either. And then the next divot is the easiest one to find, I think, in the whole body, because it's your navel, and it really is like a divot. So you can. And someone asked me, should the field be like this with the marble resting on it, or should it be like this with the marble resting this way? On these points, usually it's more horizontal, but it doesn't matter. Like however your mind kind of sits in that place. There's no gravity in the subtle body. It's an energy field. Well, there might be gravity, but not that I understand. We're just letting the mind sit at the navel center. Now, the heart center sometimes is easy to find if you use your hand like this and you massage up and down the sternum till you get to a place that's a little sensitive. The yogis say on the nipple line, which always makes me laugh because that would make sense if you were a 13-year-old girl. But for most of us, it's a little higher and it's a little sensitive place. So sometimes the fingers can help you. And then you let the mind kind of come to that area and sit. And next is throat center. And there's some thyroid cartilage here, and it's in that general area. And again, use your fingers if you like to kind of find a sense of a sensitive area. It's okay if you don't find it the first time. These are practices you do every day, You just kind of let the mind sit here. Another breath. And then the next one is here in the third eye area between the eyebrows. You can give it a little tap if you want, or a little stroke. And then let the mind sit there for 2 or 3 or 4 breaths, something like that. Last one up here, crown of the head. If you put the heel of your hand on your third eye and then reach your middle finger, that's usually the right way, the right place rather. Just give it a little tap till you feel the sensitive area. Soften or close your eyes, and then just imagine you're kind of breathing into that area. So that's our chakra cartography for today. If you're interested in more, I've been doing a series on it in the Subtle Yoga Resilience Society, so you can get a lot more information there. And also I have a retreat coming up, yoga for addressing mental health during these challenging times. And if you want more information about that, check in my bio. It's happening February 20th and 21st. And thank you so much for being here. Take care.